Hello, people. We are back. Yes, we are back.
Yes,
like we
are.
never left. It's another enlightening edition of Understanding Menopause. And of course, you know my usual co-host, PHARM Mosunmola Dosunmu. Say hello to.
Hello, viewers.
Okay, and I'm sure you're wondering who this fine gentleman is. He's our guest speaker for today, and he's also a pharmacist. And I'm sure you are itchy to know what he has to say, but let him do his introduction first. Can you tell us a little about yourself, sir?
My name is Jonah Okotie. I'm a pharmacist, the MD of Engrace Pharmacy, located in the heartland of Egbeda Idimo Axis. I've also been involved in different advocacy activities, and today I'm here to talk about andropause, something some people call menopause in men.
Okay, you have heard what he said. We are still talking about menopause, but now the male version, which is called andropause. And you know, I know we touched about it in our past videos.
I remember when we did that episode, we had
a lot of views, and we're wondering that men are really interested in this.
Especially when we spoke about that issue of sex.
Yes, exactly.
So we have the real man here to tell us how he feels at this stage. Do you mind telling us your age? Have you gone through this phase?
Well, for me, I'm not in that phase, but I've seen a lot of persons who have been in that phase, and by virtue of my profession, I've also read about those who have been in that phase. And as we know, as research shows, it's not all men that go through this.
True.
So it's just a percentage of us who go through it. I think about 30%.
Yeah, 30% of men actually go through it. And I think it starts from the age of 48 and above, 50, 57, close to 60.
I will even say some people experience it earlier than that. So it varies.
In men?
Yeah, it varies. And there are some factors that can also predispose some persons to it. So just as you find in women, the factors that predispose the women to to experiencing menopause at different stages or different ages in their lives, the same thing too happened to the men. So the men experience it at different ages depending on what they are exposed to. So whether psychological, sometimes can even be chemical.
You remember the story that I gave while we're talking about male menopause? The guy that was exposed to chemicals, that was working in a chemical company. The guy was 37, 38-year-old, and how his libido dropped drastically. So that supports what pharmacist Jonah just said.
Do you want to tell us what are the signs? You know, we would like to hear from you, being a man. What are the signs? What are the symptoms?
Well, majorly, it's always the first thing men notice about themselves is when they go into the inner room or the room. So, and then they discover that they are not firing like they used to. So that most times, or maybe the girl or the woman complains, bros, what happened? It's like something is wrong. So most times that is what triggers the men's attention to begin to pay attention, to realize, maybe something is wrong with me. But besides
sorry to cut you. When you say a difference in the other room, are you talking about virility or what's it called? Is it the strength or the length of this,
Both.
Okay.
Both. And and one thing we should also understand, everyone needs to know themselves.
Exactly.
So if you know yourself, you know, okay, I'm not lasting as long as I used to. Or this thing is not as hard
as it used to be. And this cannot be attributed to age?
And unlike in women, these things come about as you age.
Yeah.
So it's as you get older, your cells age, So your capability to be able to do some things also reduce along the line. So it's definitely age related.
Okay.
So it's apart from exceptions, maybe where you have chemical exposure, like she mentioned earlier, generally is age related.
Okay, so what are the other signs apart from that?
So apart from, well, it's related to that, because once the man feels that he can't perform, he begins to find that sometimes he has that demoralization, which also affects his energy levels. And then sometimes you also have weakness, physical weakness, and like what some of the women complain about, hot flashes, and you begin to have some kind of experiences which you can't explain because it's hormonal.
Yeah.
So it's a diminution in your hormonal. You find that the androgen level for the men is diminished. So, and for different persons, you just find some of them come with some strange symptoms, and that's why you need to engage. But by the time you are talking to them, as you engage, you begin to ask questions, and you see that these things are related to age as well as their other room activities.
This reminds me of a client of mine that called me one day. This guy had gone to like 3 hospitals, and he kept just experiencing, well, he didn't know it was hot flashes. It was just uncomfortable, and he's always sweating and sweating. He went to the hospital, he did a lot of tests, and there was nothing wrong with it. And when he called me, he's actually on, he's one of the members of the Menu Club. And so he already has a lot of knowledge. So he called me and he said he's done a lot of tests and they haven't discovered anything. He said, don't tell me I'm going through hot flashes. I said, okay, what are those things that you experience? He said it's just uncomfortable. In the AC, he's sweating. In the bedroom, he's sweating. In the kitchen, he's sweating. In the office, it's just uncomfortable. And people just keep asking him, sir, are you okay?
Are you okay? Exactly.
And you see, because this sweating in court is associated to women.
Yes.
So it's unusual for you to see a man sweat in the AC. And I said, it looks like hot flashes. And the guy said, oh my God. And you see, I tend to see more men, especially in the 50s now, having hot flashes. If you had told me this like 10 years ago, I would say, no, it's not possible. But right now, I see men come down with those signs and symptoms. Hair loss. They become bald. And then abdominal fats. It's now you see more.
Yes.
All the signs and symptoms are getting more aggravated in men. So what do you think could be responsible for this?
Well, lifestyle.
Yeah.
You can't eliminate lifestyle.
Especially with the way things are in this country.
And then you also will not take away the fact that though we are very far from it, but a certain level of awareness is coming up than what it used to be.
Exactly.
So people are beginning to look for more information about their health. And that's why for me this is very important, because there's so much myth out there. So this is to clear the air, to educate people, tell them what is. So the fact, the issue of stress, because stress is something that whether for men or for women can cause early onset of some of these things. So it goes hand in hand. So my own advice is seek help early. Ask questions, seek professional help, and then get the necessary support. Because the truth of the matter is that there is a certain level of awareness, and there are things you can do to improve your situation. So it's not a death sentence. And so it's not something that people that something cannot be done about.
So how early would you say men should start
Getting knowledge.
Yes, or taking care of themselves or watching out for the signs. Do men even have early menopause like women? Does it come on them early?
Yeah, that's what I said. For
Okay.
some, they do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why you see that some men, they can't, besides the fact that they can't perform, it's also that they can't father children because their hormonal levels have dropped. So those are things that have caused that. So those are issues that needs to, I would say, as early as possible.
Wow.
Because if the average child, when we go through school, you talk about your biology, you talk about puberty, the signs for puberty, puberty, at that level, we should also begin to create awareness for that. Okay, this is a growth stage. So you grow from childhood to puberty, from puberty to, youthfulness, from youthfulness to, you are going to grow old. Definitely. So we should begin to prepare ourselves for old age. And I will say, it's a time to enjoy yourself rather than see it as something you see it as something that, I see it as a negative thing. It's not negative as well.
Okay, let me ask you another question. What can you say about support groups, especially for women that are going through this stage? What are the roles that men need to play? I've seen situations where a woman is going through menopause and the husband doesn't have knowledge and he ends up their home being destroyed. So can you expatiate, tell the men out there the role they have to play in helping and supporting their women?
The role of the man is very, very important because the woman, and I think for me it goes both ways. The man wants to satisfy his wife, the woman wants to satisfy the husband, and if they don't know what is going on, they begin to put themselves under unnecessary pressure. So if both parties understand, you are able to encourage one another and be there for each other and together seek help, especially when it comes to the emotional part, because sometimes the symptoms, the things you experience throws you off balance. You are having those hot flashes. For some of the women, you're having headaches. Even for the men, it defeats their manhood, their manliness. So it makes them feel like I'm not a man. And unfortunately, these are some of the things that we laugh about when these are serious issues. And if care is not taken, it can even lead some people to suicidal tendencies. So which are things we should take them seriously. So we should know where to draw the line when it comes to joking about men's health or women's health, because we need to know that, is it possible this person is going through this? If he or she is going through this, then let's give the necessary support system to guide them to do the needful so that they can have that. So the men, coming back to the question, the men in the women's lives, whether as a father, whether as a husband, as a brother, you need to be that support system to your woman, so that they can go through that phase smoothly, as easily as possible.
Okay, talking about the men, because a lot of people feel like menopause is a woman thing. It's a woman thing, it just happens to only the women. And once it happens to your woman, it means like, oh, your woman she's no more useful.
That's the end of her life.
Yes, So now that we have gained knowledge and we know that men go through andropause as well, a lot of men, I don't know, maybe it's an ego thing, but a lot of men will not want to agree that I'm going through andropause and all that. So what can be done for men among themselves, to create awareness that, guy, this thing happens to men as well. It's not a woman thing. It's an everybody thing. And then you need to gain knowledge, and then you need to see it as part of life. Not that, it means that I'm no longer manly, or oh, this is happening to me. That it's a phase, and then you're even lucky to, to
Exactly, to
experience that.
experience it, yes.
So what do you think?
I think for me, you've answered the question, because it starts with talking. It starts with putting it out there.
Exactly.
So the awareness, that's where it starts from. So as we begin to take the awareness from one level to another, the churches, the homes, the schools, the social clubs, and the entertainment industry, like the media, where we are now. So it's for every opportunity we have, we need to put it there in the front burner so that we can continue to have these conversations. She talked about the support group. For now, I don't know of any support group in our environment for men, but I know the Menno Club is a support system
for both men and women.
Yes,
both men and women.
Yes, I wanted to say that there are men.
So for both men and women, but you find that there are more women, a lot of women.
There's some men there, but they don't talk.
No, they don't talk.
I don't know why men don't talk about issues like this.
I think it's both cultural.
There are very few men that can come out and tell them that menopause is real, just like it.
Yes,
I think it's both cultural and social.
Social, yeah.
So culturally, for us in Africa, we don't like talking about some of these things because it makes us feel you're not man enough.
You're not man enough.
So it's not just an African thing with the men. You find even people in other cultures, other climes, averse to, they want to hide some of these things. I discovered when we're going through the discovery of the popular drug Viagra for erectile dysfunction. We're checking the drug for something else, for use in angina, that's heart failure and heart-related conditions. So the persons they gave the product to for sampling were refusing to give up the drug because the result they expected to get, they were not getting it. So they were okay, we will just close up this. But they're like, bring back this thing. And the people were like giving all manners of excuses why they were not giving them. Okay, what's the problem? They asked further questions and discovered that, this thing is working. Yes, for this. So you find I think it's a social thing. The average man doesn't want to talk about that aspect because it makes him feel less a man than he really is.
So having two pharmacists on the show, I think it's important. So I think we should talk about the role of pharmacists when it comes to menopause or andropause. Right now, very few people go to the hospitals. So we find people going to meet the pharmacist. So what do you think is our role to the public, especially at this phase of life?
I think primarily, like they always say, the pharmacist
is your friend.
Is the first port, apart from being your friend, the first port of call for the average person out there when it comes to their health issues. And then, of course, the pharmacist is your friend. So our major... What did you say?
I said, I hope not like the police. They say the police. They say the police is your friend.
Well, the truth of the matter is that the police are... You find some of them were exceptional and they really make you feel that warmth and friendliness. Coming back to us, our first role is education and awareness. Is creating that, allaying their fears, making them understand that this is just a phase of life, so that they are passing through, and that there are things they can do to alleviate whatever it is they are going through. So we need to educate them about their diet, lifestyle changes, where possible. And if it's something so serious, we can refer them to see the necessary consultants who are in this. And the world is a global village. Today, there are international organizations that are out there with websites and support systems for people who are going through this. So the Meno Club, MSI is one. Go there and click on the website and you have information that can help you. And if you need further engagement, definitely you can always be referred for such things. So that's for me is what
this journey is a very, very lonely journey. Most times people don't have anybody to talk to. You don't even know what is wrong with you. So if you're out there, you need a hand to hold, just walk into your nearest pharmacy and tell your pharmacist, I need to talk to you. Your pharmacist will be willing to give you a listening ear. You don't have to go through this journey all by yourself.
Yeah.
And if you have trusted Menopause Support Initiative so much, we have been talking a lot about menopause and andropause.
Yes.
And here is my co-host. You need someone to talk to.
So
you can call her and call me.
women.
Yes. And would you like to share the number for the club again for those who are watching
for
the
those
first time?
who want to join us and be a part of this and have more knowledge about menopause and andropause, you can call me on 080-2322-6539. 080-2322-6539.
And that takes you to, is that WhatsApp or just call?
Oh, that's WhatsApp.
Okay, so just send a message and
Somebody will be there to help
somebody
you.
will be there to help you. So you have heard today. This is especially to the men. This is not a death sentence. It's a phase. And like I said earlier, you are lucky to even be experiencing this because, you have to get to a certain age before you can experience andropause. But it is not the end of life and it is not a death sentence.
And teach the next generation.
Exactly, and let's speak up about it. Let people have knowledge. It's nothing to be shameful about. It's not anything bad. It's just like we said, a phase of life. So if we talk about, okay, this is puberty, okay, you go to university, you marry, so why should we not, be upfront about speaking about this? Anyway, I'm sure that with the information that we have been given and people have been getting,
we keep talking about it.
Yes, and we are going to keep talking about it.
Thank you.
So please like this video and share to as many men, share to the women as well, so that they can share to their husbands, their brothers, their fathers. Gone are the days when we just feel like, okay, age, this is,
They are priests and they are imams.
Exactly, to the priests and to the imams. And subscribe so you get notifications when we come out with new videos. And follow us on all our social media handles at The Eagle Online. There in our bio, you see our handles there. And we'll see you next time with another interesting and enlightening episode. So we say goodbye from here.
Bye.
See you next time.
Andropause is real. Be prepared.
Get knowledge.